The fourth day of the week, Thursday, it is on the 24th day of the month of March. We do welcome you to Smart 24 TV, where we are driving your business, and it is the 9 p.m. Prime Edition Bulletin. My name is Kevin Nandera. Now, we do start with, according to the demand side study of micro and small enterprises, around 52% of MSEs need assistance to cope with the financial impact of the COVID-19. Joseph Lutwama, the acting executive director of financial sector deepening, therefore said that there is a need to build resilience of the tier for financial institutions to have them at the top of the pyramid. He made the remarks in an interview with the media immediately after the stakeholders engagement event.
Financial service industries continues to focus on responding to the challenges presented by the economic disruption that came as a result of COVID-19 pandemic. Today, Financial Sector Deepening and ABI Finance Limited convened stakeholders in the financial sector to reflect on what they have learned from the pandemic and how they can build better grassroots financial institutions to better serve the micro and small enterprises. In an interview, Joseph Lutwama, the acting director of Financial Sector Deepening, said that to have tier 4 financial institutions at the top of the pyramid, resilience must be formulated, as well as value chain approach to transform small financial players into viable economic units.
But beyond just the short-term initiatives, what we have also realized that we need to build resilience so that these institutions and the clients they serve are in a better position the next time an economic shock or even social shock similar to the COVID-19, once it comes around, they should be in a better position to be more resilient, absorb those shocks. So we're thinking about what are the different ways in which we can be able to help them show up. And we realize that one of the critical things that we need to think about is taking a value chain approach, where we stop looking at these small businesses as individual economic units, but being able to challenge them to get into more stable collective economic units.
Lutwama noted that harnessing technology is another way to go, for it brings efficiency gains in the delivery of services across the value chain, thereby increasing possibilities of increased productivity and affordability of financial services.
Yes, of course, it goes without saying that it will be very difficult for you to bring different and diverse people together. It's a humongous task. But with advancements in technology, that is increasingly becoming feasible and much easier to be able to bring a vast number of people to trade and operate on a digital platform. But we know that a majority of Ugandans are not digital savvy. A majority of Ugandans are not familiar with working with digital tools. The most they have used, the most they can be able to utilize these digital channels is actually making a phone call. So we need to educate and support our small players, whether it is smallholder farmers, whether it's micro and small enterprises, to begin warming up to the digital economy.
So in that regard, we have also provided another grant of Uganda shillings 2 billion, still through that Economic Enterprise Research Fund, managed by Stanbic Bank, meant for digitization of circles and MFIs in the different regions in Uganda. With this initial 2 billion grant for digitization, we are hoping that about 60 circles can be digitized.
Insights from the demand side study of micro and small enterprises indicates that amidst the pandemic, medium and small enterprises faced the major risks of business failure and loss of revenue, reducing production or volume of goods for sale. 53% respondents took loan for their businesses after the pandemic hit. Even among those who did not have loan before the pandemic, 46% had to take loan. Less than 3% of micro and small enterprises have fully recovered from the pandemic. The study further indicates that Around 52% of the micro and small enterprises need assistance to cope up with the financial impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Pedson Mumbere, Smart 24 Prime Edition.